A man's story does not begin with a yes. It begins with rejection, with silence, with doors closing one after another, until the sound of no becomes so familiar that it echoes even in his sleep. Every time he tries to move forward, the world answers him with the same refusal, the same denial, the same cruel reminder that perhaps he is not good enough, not strong enough, not chosen. Yet, in the quiet ache of those 1,000 rejections, something begins to grow inside him. It is not despair. It is not surrender. It is a strange, unshakable fire that whispers, even after 1,000 no's, you only need one yes. And sometimes that yes must come from yourself. The journey is not kind. Each rejection feels like a stone added to the weight on his back. He sees others walk paths smoother than his, blessed with shortcuts and open doors. He watches them rise with ease while he is forced to stumble, crawl, and bleed his way through shadows. The temptation to quit is constant, for quitting seems merciful compared to the humiliation of trying and failing again. But he begins to realize that fate does not test the weak with small obstacles. It tests the strong with endless ones, waiting to see if they can endure the storm without shattering. 1,000 no's are not meant to break him. They are meant to forge him. Each no begins to change meaning. At first it is rejection. Then it becomes resistance. Then it becomes a teacher. He learns that every closed door redirects him. Every denial sharpens his will. Every refusal forces him to look deeper into himself. 1,000 no's are not proof that he is unworthy. They are proof that destiny is waiting for him to earn his place, to build a strength so unshakable that when the yes finally arrives, it cannot be taken away. He stops asking why the world rejects him and begins asking how he can rise so high that rejection no longer matters. There are nights when his heart feels crushed under the weight of it all. Nights when he wonders if his entire life will be nothing but no after no after no. He whispers into the darkness, asking why fate is so cruel, why his dreams are denied when others' dreams are celebrated. In those moments of despair, the silence answers him with a truth he did not expect. Fate is not against him. Fate is shaping him. The no's are not walls to trap him. They are chisels carving him into someone who cannot be broken by a single blow. Slowly, he begins to fight fate, not by refusing it, but by reshaping it. Every no becomes fuel. Every rejection becomes evidence of how much he can endure. Every fall becomes a lesson in how to rise faster, stronger, sharper. He stops counting the no's as defeats and starts counting them as scars of survival. And scars, unlike wounds, do not hurt forever. They become marks of proof, reminders that he did not give up when he had every reason to. The 1,000 no's become his silent army, standing behind him, reminding him that if he has endured this much, then nothing can destroy him now. People look at him and see someone ordinary. They do not see the battles he has fought against rejection. They do not see the nights of loneliness, the mornings of doubt, the days of endless effort. But within him a quiet strength builds, the kind of strength that is not gifted but earned, the kind of strength that no one can take away. When the world finally offers him that single yes, he does not stumble toward it desperately. He walks with calm, with patience, with unshakable confidence, because he knows that the yes is not a gift, it is a victory carved from the ashes of 1,000 no's. His story becomes more than his own. It becomes a message for anyone who has ever been turned away, denied, rejected, or forgotten. He becomes living proof that rejection is not the end. That no matter how many times the world denies you, your fate is still written by your own hands. 1,000 no's cannot kill you if you choose to rise again. 1,000 no's cannot defeat you if you choose to fight anyway. And sometimes the no's themselves are the greatest blessing because they force you to become someone powerful enough to shape destiny itself. And so the man walks on, not broken, not defeated, but stronger than anyone ever imagined. After 1,000 no's, he does not wait for fate to hand him a yes. He writes it himself. And in that moment, he realizes that fighting fate was never about changing destiny. It was about changing himself, becoming the kind of person who can stand tall even when the world says no, and walk forward until the world can no longer deny him. His story is not just one of rejection, but of triumph. A reminder to all who walk the same lonely road. No matter how many no's you face, your yes is waiting. And when it comes, it will be undeniable because you will have become unstoppable. But the truth he uncovers is even more powerful. Sometimes the yes he is waiting for from the world may never come. And that is not failure, it is liberation. Because the greatest yes is the one you whisper to yourself when no one else believes in you. That is the yes that frees you from chasing approval, from needing permission, from waiting for recognition. With that self-given yes, the man discovers that his journey is no longer about proving others wrong. It is about proving himself right. He begins to notice something different in the mirror. The eyes staring back at him are no longer clouded with doubt. They carry the reflection of storms endured, of pain transformed, of rejection mastered. He realizes that rejection has not weakened him, it has refined him. Each no has been a flame, and he has walked through fire without burning. What is left is a man unafraid of failure, unafraid of denial, unafraid of fate itself. And then something remarkable happens. The world, which once seemed blind to him, begins to take notice. Doors that were once locked creak open. Voices that once said no hesitate. Opportunities begin to appear. But the irony is that he no longer needs them in the same way he once did. For now, he is not chasing the yes. He is choosing it for himself. The man has learned that true power does not come from being accepted by others. It comes from accepting yourself when everything else rejects you. His journey becomes a symbol, a quiet rebellion against fate's cruelty. People who hear his story begin to find courage in their own rejections. They see that failure is not a grave but a garden, that every no is a seed, and with time, with patience, with unshakable belief, those seeds grow into resilience. His story reminds them that life's harshest refusals can be the birthplace of strength if only you refuse to stop moving forward. In the end, the man understands that fate was never his enemy. Fate was his teacher. It was through 1,000 no's that he found his true yes, and through rejection that he uncovered the strength to rewrite his story. His fight was not against destiny, it was against surrender. And by refusing to bow, by standing tall in the storm, by writing his own yes, he became something greater than fate itself. He became unbreakable, and when he looks back, he no longer sees wasted years or endless rejection. He sees a path carved by fire, a road built from struggle, and a soul that would not bend no matter how heavy the burden. Those 1,000 no's become his crown, proof that he has lived through storms most would have surrendered to. The weight that once crushed him has now become the strength that carries him forward. The man finally understands that fate does not hand out victories easily. It waits, it challenges, it resists. But those who persist long enough to survive its trials are the ones who rise higher than destiny itself. His story is not about luck, nor chance, nor timing. It is about endurance. It is about the unyielding belief that no matter how many times life shuts the door, you have the power to break it open. And so, his journey stands as a quiet truth for anyone who feels defeated. Rejection is not the end. It is only the beginning of a new kind of strength. For in fighting fate, in embracing every no, and in choosing to rise anyway, you do not just win a yes, you win yourself. And that victory, once earned, can never be taken away. In that realization, the man finds peace. Not the peace of an easy life, but the peace of a warrior who has faced battle after battle and still stands tall. His scars are not shameful, they are his armor. His rejections are not failures, they are his foundation. And when he walks forward, it is not with fear of what might come, but with certainty that whatever comes, he has already proven he can endure. Others now look at him and see success, but he knows the truth. His success was not built on yeses, but on no's, on every time he was turned away, yet chose to rise again. On every time he was underestimated, yet chose to keep fighting. And that truth makes his victory different, deeper, unshakable, because it was not handed to him. It was earned, and so the man no longer fears rejection, nor failure, nor fate. He welcomes the trials, knowing that each one only makes him stronger. For he carries with him the ultimate lesson: 1,000 no's cannot break the one who refuses to surrender. And with that, he becomes unstoppable, not because fate finally said yes, but because he learned to say yes to himself. And to say yes to himself.